Gilgeous-Alexander on the drive, pulls back, baseline, jumper's good! OKC with their first lead of the second half. Williams has been hot all night, falling away, got it! 40 points for Jalen Williams. 28 remaining, Holmgren down the lane! A Holmgren hammer, and it's back up to a dozen.
This is Lu Dort. You're listening to the Uncontested.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Uncontested Monday Show from the Blue Wire Podcast Network and proudly sponsored by Prairie Artisan Ales. I'm your host this Sunday evening, JD Silva, joined by Justin.
Hello, everybody.
And we will be joined by two other gentlemen, but they're trudging through the snow trying to get home for Christmas.
Wow. I thought Christmas was over.
It doesn't feel like it after that game tonight, Justin. It feels like we're right back in the middle of the holidays.
What a treat.
What a treat. What a treat. Before we dig into that game, be sure to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcast. Leave us a 5-star rating. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, etc. We also have a Patreon you can check out by scanning the QR code above my head on the live stream or by clicking the link in the description of this podcast. We're dropping an episode next week, I think.
Yeah, we are.
You normally do it first Sunday of the month, but this game was late as hell.
Late.
So trying to love ourselves. Got to work tomorrow.
Indeed.
That sort of thing. My guy, Nick Crane, has joined. So, dude. Fun game to talk about. Very fun game to talk about. I think that's it for the rigmarole. Underplayed the Denver Nuggets on national television. Down some key players, as they have been. No Caruso, no AJ, no J-Dub. They shot 40% from three. Cason Wallace had a career game. They won 121-111. It was a thrilling game, one that it felt like the fan base needed after a pretty stinky month on and off.
It's me. I'm the fan base.
Yes. This would have been tough. This would have been tough had they lost.
Tough.
Denver were missing some guys as well. No Aaron Gordon, out with a hamstring injury again. But boys, this game was thrilling. Where do you want to start, Justin? I'll kick it to you. Ton of stuff to take away.
You mentioned it. Thunder shoot 40% from three. A good number. Don't get me wrong, but it felt like 90%. It was just so apparent to me watching this game. Like it felt like a magnet ball game. And then you sit here and you look at the box score. 40% from three for the Thunder, 46% from three for the Nuggets. So that they get outshot percentage-wise by the Nuggets. Now, the Thunder took 48 attempts, which stands out very loudly. We've talked about it before. This team averages like right around 37. So that's a pretty big jump. Nuggets much more in that range, 16 of 35. But to go 19 of 48 from three is just the biggest breath of fresh air for this team. It made it feel like a totally different basketball game, and you see it up and down the stat sheet. There's obvious guys who went off tonight. Cason Wallace, who I'm sure we're going to spend some time talking about, set a career high, 7 of 11 from deep. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, season high, 13 assists. Again, like, it's all connected. You make shots and good things happen. And how many times have we sat here on this podcast this season and talked about how the opposite, when you don't make shots, it all trickles down from there. Things go bad. And tonight was just a really nice reminder of what can happen when you make shots, even when you go up against an opponent that's also shooting really, really well, like the Nuggets did tonight.
But I think it is important to remember this is kind of a ceiling game, at least with the roster they currently have. Like, obviously the ceiling's higher with Dub coming back and Caruso coming back and AJ coming back. But with the current roster, this is kind of peak Thunder. Could they have shot better from the floor overall? Sure. Could they have cleaned up some turnovers? Sure. They got more rebounds offensively than the Nuggets, but less second chance play. There's things you can like pinpoint of like, oh, the Thunder could have been better. But like largely that's the peak game. So I think like my biggest takeaway is you see the upside. You don't expect that to happen every game, but you can see what a quarter of hot shooting can do, or a half of hot shooting can do, or even just like a quick 9-0 run where like, oh my God, you made 3 threes in a row. Like what that can
literally
do
had
to a
none
game.
of that this year usually.
Right. So like what I would say is don't expect this. Like this is not the Thunder is back. The Thunder is a 3-point shooting team now. They're still probably not. But you see what this team could be when the shot is falling and the downstream effects Justin alluded to, where it's not just making shots. It's like there's so many more things that trickle down when you are making shots.
And it really wasn't even like, hey, Taylor.
Hey, I'm here.
It really wasn't even like the whole team shot well from 3.
Yeah.
Like Lu
Correct.
Dort was 2 of 6. Isaiah Joe was 3 of 9. Chet was 1 of 7. So it wasn't like the whole team woke up all of a sudden. It was just like
Cason Wallace.
really standout performances. Cason 7 of 11.
Wiggins 3 of 6 was also nice.
So they're 12 of the 19 makes. Wiggins and Cason.
Yeah.
They saved us 100%.
For me, it felt very similar to watching like all opposing teams against OKC this season, especially over the past 2 months, where like y'all just rattled off. Like it's not necessarily one player. Maybe you have a Cason Wallace for the opposing team who goes off and is super hot from 3 for the opposing teams that the Thunder's facing. But it seems to like these other teams catch fire. The Jalen Williams of the other teams are hitting 3-point shots. The Lu Dorts from the opposing teams are hitting 3-point shots when they haven't in previous games. And tonight we finally saw what that looked like when the Thunder role players step up and are able to kind of catch fire as well. So to get that momentum and just to see what the 3-point shot making does for the rest of the floor, what it did for Shai, I mean, it just speaks volumes to what this team could be like, especially – again, like Nick said, you're not going to shoot this well from 3 every single game. But if you can hit at a high enough clip, it's going to open up so much more for the AJs and Dubs alongside the Shai.
But shooting aside, the Thunder brought a different level of intensity to this one than we've seen recently. And for me, that's maybe even more encouraging than, Cason Wallace having a magnet ball game. Is the Thunder looked like they were ready to be the aggressor, which it's been a minute since we've seen that.
Yes.
And it's been really disappointing because there's been times where you wanted to see that, like their last game out. And they have instead looked like they got pushed around from the word go. This is probably the best, most assertive performance from this team since the Houston game.
Yeah. They just look sharp.
Fair?
They look sharp immediately.
Like you could tell from 3 minutes into the game, this team was giving, I hate saying like giving more effort because I don't think that is like, I don't think it's that simple.
Some nights,
sure, but they were locked in. They were aggressive. They were the aggressor. They were taking the fight to the Nuggets. They were communicating. They were doing the little things. They were scrapping. Kenny Hustle was setting the tone and everyone was following suit. Like all of those things
first half
were instrumental into the Thunder building this lead beyond the shooting. Those things are repeatable. And those things are what this team made its calling card last year when they won a championship. And we just haven't seen it enough from them this season. And you've heard different guys address it in different ways. The one that sticks out to me is Alex Caruso. His quote a few weeks back talking about how basically we're not locking in as much as we should be every night, more or less what he said. That's telling. And I think if you're wanting to diagnose the problems of this team and get into the weeds of like what hasn't been going right over this recent stretch, that, as weird as it sounds, makes me feel more optimistic because it'd be hard to imagine this team bringing that kind of like lackadaisical attitude to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right?
They're battling human nature at this point. Like
right.
They've been to the mountaintop literally. And now you don't have that chip on your shoulder like you did before. And you're dealing with these injuries and in January.
It's probably a cop out, right? But I think what you just said, Silva, of like the chip on the shoulder I think the approach to the regular season just feels different. After you've won a championship.
And
I can't speak to that
games,
personally,
the
but
first 25
yeah.
games did happen, and it was like they were proving me wrong because I thought they would come out and not.
more like, yep.
They looked amazing, and then the pendulum swung the other direction.
And these aren't excuses, but I do think about like the shortened offseason. You go through a grueling, like it wasn't like they just swept every single team heading to the finals, right? Like it was a grueling playoff championship path that they went through. A shortened offseason. They're celebrating, rightfully so, right? Like they got to take a little bit of rest, and they come back out, like you said, they're fired up. Beginning of the new season, they're playing well, but I think there's a reason you're seeing all these injuries for OKC due to some of that shortened off season and the grueling playoffs that they had. So for them to come out and show that intensity, Justin, I think you're spot on. The thing that stands out to me is 39 rebounds for the Thunder to 39 rebounds for the Nuggets. That doesn't seem like a big deal when you say if they were tied in the rebound category, but what we've seen from this team over the past handful of games, like the past month, 2 months, is getting beat on the boards. And so for them to come out and compete, like it wasn't like one player had like 12 rebounds or anything. It was, I'm looking at the box score while you were talking. It's, pretty balanced all throughout. Cason Wallace had 6, and he was tied with Wiggins for the most rebounds for the Thunder. Like just a team effort all around.
And that's what it takes.
Yep.
The only kind of follow-up comment there, Justin, talking about the ability to flip a switch and like in the playoffs. I think these games are important. Even if the Thunder had lost tonight in a close game, I think like the difference in level of intensity and care you saw from this team tells you enough that like when they really need to or want to, they can. I could care less about the Toronto Raptors in January or the Hornets. Fans are going to get pissed. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter. What does matter is when you need to, can you? If you don't see that in the regular season, I think it's really hard, if not impossible, to do it in the playoffs. You can't just cruise the regular season like you're the cool guy, don't need to try.
Right.
We'll just do it in the playoffs. Like you just can't. Like it's hard to do that
at that point.
Yeah. And so I think seeing this tonight, win or loss, final score, whatever it is, seeing that tonight was promising.
And
it's also insane that they have the best record in the league, and this is the debate we're having.
Yeah. 14-10, but coming into tonight, 14-10 in the last 24 was the stat that was around. And
15-10. It's not a bad stretch.
Not that bad. It's a difficult stretch from an injury standpoint. Like
when you compare it to 24-1
schedule standpoint,
when you compare it to 24-1, it's when it's tough. Hey, you know what? That Hornets loss not looking quite as bad these days. I will say,
indeed,
not quite as bad. They're pretty exciting. But I want to talk about SGA because he was. I mean, this is probably recency bias, but it seems like his best game of the season. He was just completely in control, playmaking. How many assists did he end up with?
13. Yep.
Season high.
And with him being like the only real on-ball creator, like that's the kind of night he needed to have. Like guys really needed to cash in the open looks, and they finally did. It's in this stretch. It's been like guys just aren't hitting open shots. The role players are underperforming. We got the opposite tonight, finally. And it was just amazing to see him do that on this big of a stage. Like Jokic is just coming back from injury, so he's probably not his self quite yet, but like that's the MVP discussion. And SGA was the deciding factor for OKC.
It is funny though. This is not a knock on either player or anything. It's just an observation. When Jokic comes back, we're sitting here saying he's, coming back from injury, like he's not himself yet. But when J-Dub comes back, the fan base is like, this guy sucks after 1 or 2 games. It's nuts how the pendulum swings there.
I'm sure there's a segment of the Nuggets fan base that would also
probably
have similar takes.
I don't know. I saw a lot of the Nuggets fan base saying that Jokic was right for crying after every single play, and he was getting fouled constantly, and it's so unfair, the whistle that the Thunder continue to get even after they are 39-11 and no longer this juggernaut of a team about to set NBA records. Like the discourse is just out of control.
I get it if there's 1 or 2 games against a team where it's like, holy cow, their whistle, they're like, they get a different set of rules. The refs are giving them the advantage. The Thunder has been the 1 seed for like 500 of the last 600 days. Like the sample size would now suggest the Thunder's not getting a favorable whistle. They're playing within the rules.
Yep.
If you don't like it, don't hate the Thunder, hate the rules.
Also, the Thunder were called for 21 fouls to the Nuggets 20, unless my app is incorrect. So there you have it.
How dare the refs do that?
It's nuts.
I do interrupt this ref rant because we have a Dave super chat. Says, if every donation results in wins like the 3-point percentage of Quesos, I think Dave's volunteering a lot more money is what I'm hearing. If Queso could keep 50% this hot, it's hard to keep him off the floor. I agree. Obviously, you're not going to get this every night from Cason Wallace. But how much did we talk about the potential offensive leap from Queso that we just have not seen this season at all? Tonight, again, an extreme example, but tonight is a great reminder of what this team could look like had he taken that leap. And there's still time. Maybe he still gets there.
Yeah, none of us would be discussing trade possibilities in the group chat if Cason shot
right
remotely close to this all season.
I just hope this kind of gets Queso going overall offensively and defensively, right? I've talked a lot about on this podcast about Lu Dort, how his defense has kind of lacked when he's not hitting his shots offensively, and obviously he's been better over the past couple of weeks. For Queso, I thought he did a great job defensively as well, especially sharing that workload guarding Jamal Murray and holding him to what he was able to do alongside Lu Dort. Like, if you get this kind of Queso, it's big time, but it's not just 3-point shot. We saw him driving to the rim, getting the and one, being a lot more assertive. I think it's just a big confidence thing for Cason Wallace. And again, like you said, Justin, we're not going to see him go 7 of 11 from 3 every single game. But
what if we did?
But what if we did? And what if we just get a more consistent Cason Wallace from 3 like we saw during the regular season last season? I think that's huge for this team.
Jamal Murray, 4 of 16 from the floor and 1 of 8 from behind the arc tonight, by the way.
No.
You mentioned Cason driving to the rim. You know who shouldn't do that?
Lu Dort.
I was going to say Lu Dort.
It's hard to criticize a guy after a win. Like, if this is a loss, I think it'd be a Lu Dort bloodbath. But like,
it's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
The processing on offense sometimes is just like,
how is it not improved? How is it not improved?
I don't know. It is so bad. I would rather you moonshot airball a contested 3
Agreed.
than the pump fake 1 or 2 dribbles to the right with no actual move.
And then fade away in the mid-range.
Fade away where you're like falling away at such like an insane angle that even your rainbow shot can't get to the rim.
Right.
Yeah.
It is nutty when he takes those shots. I'm like, what?
And it's weird because like in a game like tonight, I felt like Lu Dort's made shots were so loud. Like he took some of those threes without hesitation, nailed them like in important stretches of the game for OKC, especially there in the first half. It's like you get the best and worst of Lu Dort in one game. That being said, I thought he played incredible defense overall.
Agreed.
We talked about Jamal Murray. I mean, the broadcast was raving about it as well, right? Like Lu Dort had a very solid game defensively tonight, and that's what you need consistent. Like we can live with some of the poor offense if he's able to sustain this level of defensive intensity throughout an entirety of a game. But we just haven't seen that this regular season, which is why we've talked so much about Lu so far on this podcast.
Yeah, it's always fun when the ball, like other ball handlers are out and other guys get to like put a little bit more dip on the chip just to see what happens. Like Wiggins, he seems like a kind of a confidence guy to me as well, and he kind of found himself.
He had a big game.
Cason, another confidence guy, kind of found himself. Lu Dort, his chip broke and he lost it in the sauce.
Can I provide some numbers?
The worst.
Yes.
I've never looked this up until just now. Like it's been purely eye test until this point. But I figured why not. Mid-range shots. Lu Dort is 35.3%, which is like not good, but it's like it's close to middle of the pack. It's close.
Right.
Like
it's not horrific. It's not great.
At the rim.
In the paint.
Here it is.
In the paint. Lu Dort is 34.3%.
Oh no.
That's higher than what I thought you were going to
What?
say.
That is 23rd percentile in the league.
Oof.
So tough.
And finally, on step back jump shots
Oh,
from any distance. From any distance.
31%.
Anyone else want to guess?
27%.
27.3%.
My gosh.
That's
That's really bad, folks. That's
So
really,
what that tells me
really
is
bad.
it is clear as day what shots he should not take.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm just a jabroni with an app in front of me. The coaching staff and Lou both know those statistics and probably
Correct.
much deeper statistics.
That's
not
a
a- it's not a
courtesy of
secret.
Nick's new hotshot AI assistant that he
No.
just built on his Mac Mini.
No.
Claudebot is conspiring to give Lu Dort a new shot diet.
Who asked? Do you have like the attempt numbers there, Nick?
Yeah.
Some of these.
He has on the paint shots. You want per game or total?
Per game.
Yeah.
Per game's not that. You didn't shoot that many. We'll do totals. I shouldn't have even asked. Paint shots.
talk.
Narrative. Paint shots. He's 12 of 35.
Damn. That's bad.
Mid range. Holy cow. He is 6 of 17.
Ooh.
So not super high. It feels
Yeah,
like there's
I
a lot
was
more.
gonna say out of 50 games,
Yeah.
Every one of
you,
those.
can live,
feels
with,
like
you can
five.
live with that.
The step back is 3 of 11.
Yeah.
Good grief. His floater is 1 of 6 for 16%.
I can't even imagine a Lu Dort floater right now.
Layups. He's 17 to 33 for 51.5%.
Yeah.
Layup.
Layups. I
Layup.
do think you brought up some good context there, though, Silva. When you talked about the secondary ball handlers that OKC has been missing, and not even like just all three of them missing at once, or I say all three of them. I mean, Caruso is kind of a secondary ball handler at times, but especially AJ and J-Dub. They've been missing like at least one of them for the majority of the season. That allows defenses to funnel more opportunities for Lu Dort to, channel ISO ball when he's driving to the paint. And I think when you get AJ and Dub back, like that probably looks a lot different because it's a lot more difficult.
What do you guys think about? Not to like totally move on from the Lu stuff. If anybody else has any more
No, we
notes,
need
there,
to. Let's move
what do you
on.
think about Chet?
I was gonna go there too.
I've been pretty disappointed in him in big games. It
I
feels
was
like,
literally gonna use the segue of speaking of underwhelming.
yeah, he's
Yep.
kind of like feasting on the poor opponents recently. I don't have the evidence in front of me to speak on that, but I watched 90% of the games, and that's just kind of what it feels like. He's feasting on bad teams and then
Disappointing.
disappointing against-
It is the word. Yeah. 1 of 7 from deep, 3 of 10 from the floor, 4 rebounds. Just not good enough from Chet. Not aggressive enough. Not confident enough. I think that is what it comes back to a lot for me is when he looks decisive early, especially is usually when you can tell you got a good Chet game on your hands. It's like, who did he try to take one-on-one? Was it
Hardaway Jr.?
Yes, THJ. Like, buddy, that should be barbecue chicken for you.
If he's dribbling like 8 times, it's
Yes.
like, shit. It's not
Yes.
good.
It's
Getting,
just so slow.
getting put on a poster by Peyton Watson, which I have no problem with, actually. It's fun
Agreed.
for
Jump
Twitter
every time. Jump every
retweets,
time.
but yes,
Agreed.
jump every time. It just is not enough from him. And again, you see the ceiling with him. You know what the potential is. He still had 3 blocks. His defense was pretty solid tonight. You just need his offensive creation that I think he has. We just don't see it consistently enough, especially when this team could really use another offensive engine with the injuries that they have.
Yeah.
He got
It's
folded like a damn lawn chair near the end of the game.
He did.
I thought he was hurt. I was horrified.
Like,
Came down
like
so awkwardly.
you think about players of his caliber, and none of these players I'm not saying are better or worse. I'm just saying in the same realm of player. If Isaiah Joe switched on to Alperen Şengün in the mid post, as someone that supports the Thunder, you're probably thinking, "Oh shit, this is not going to end well."
Correct.
If you are
Doing sensitive subject right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
If you are Jamal Murray and you get switched on to Ousmane Dieng and Jamal Murray has the ball, as someone that watches the Thunder, you're probably thinking, "Oh shit."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When Chet catches the ball one-on-one against a bad defender, I don't think any other team say, "Oh shit." I don't think it's a fear. Like he's not proven that he's at the level of offensive player that can take advantage of it. He has some moves that do work. He's had the turnaround jumpers. He's had some flashes.
Spin move.
But largely it's like he's not taking advantage of it.
He has to be spoon-fed.
Yes.
Kind of right now.
Yes.
He did have a good game. It's funny. The good game I can remember him having against a quality defender was against Evan Mobley. But that's because they're like the same.
Yeah.
Like they're like the same archetype of player. So maybe he feels more comfortable doing that. I don't know. It's been tough. He's
had great games. He's had great games.
He was
and he's had great stretches too.
Yes.
Right.
I think it's just a sign he's not, he's not quite there yet. And I say yet intentionally, that he's still incredibly young. He has not played a lot of games.
No.
He's barely played 2 seasons worth of games.
Yeah.
And that is just part of the developmental process. I think what is encouraging is when you see the ceiling. But you have to continue to take it, like you said, you have to take advantage of the situations in which you have a mismatch. And that doesn't, as much as he showcases the killer instinct in so many different ways and places, that's one where it feels like he could amp it up a bit more.
And again, if he was on 80% of teams in the league, none of this is even a conversation. It's like he's year 3. He's missed a lot of time.
Yeah,
of course
for sure.
He's not making advantage of mismatches. But when you're the second best player on a championship team because J-Dub is out, or maybe even the second best when J-Dub is not out, you could make that argument.
Or the potential to be. Yeah.
Yeah. The expectation offensively is just different. And this is not a knock on him. Based on the games he's played, this should not even be a conversation. But the reality is it is because the Thunder went to win a championship with him being the caliber of player he is.
So that's what I was going to bring up, Nick, not as an excuse for how Shai is playing, for how Chet is playing offensively, but it does make me wonder if he is on a different team where it's like a little more low pressure.
I don't want to talk about Chet on a different team, Taylor.
Right. But he's coming in trying to fit like a certain role.
Yeah.
He's not trying to. They talked here. What was it last year when they had all these injuries and trying to incorporate players back and not trying to step on toes, things of that nature. Just it feels like this offensive ceiling that we keep talking about with Chet. It's like not fully realized because he feels a little almost timid too when it comes to this team. Like we need. I think Nick said it perfectly in our group text earlier. In a game like tonight, and again, this is before Cason went for a career high in 3-point attempts and 3-point makes and whatever, you need Chet taking more shot attempts. And that's been a theme over the past couple of weeks with J-Dub out. And it just feels like he's almost too timid to, because he feel like he has to play such a certain role within this offense. And it feels like he's relied so much on defensively. Like maybe the coaching staff has to step in and try and encourage him a little more. Like my point is on a different team, I think you see a little more free flowing offensive Chet, who's a little more assertive offensively. I think it's in him. It's just like, what does it take to unlock that with this current iteration of the Thunder?
His game log is fascinating. I'm looking since the Cleveland game. He scored 28 against Cleveland. Next game, 10 points against Milwaukee. Next game against Indiana, 25 points. And then 11 points. And then 20 points. So he just keeps going
up and down.
Yeah.
And
plus
consistency.
On this podcast, push back on the national narrative. Oh, the Thunder are going to have to pay so much for J-Dub, Shai, and Chet, and they aren't going to be able to keep this core together, right? But there is some truth to, as the Thunder entered this new iteration of OKC, and they have to maybe move off the iHearts or the Lu Dorts or whoever it is. We don't know that, but my point is, when you get to that point, Chet's going to have to be able to take this step offensively for the Thunder to have long-term success.
And he's well worth the there's zero debate that he was worth the max. Like he is
right.
He has it in him.
Defensively defensively alone, he is worth the max contract. But
don't
the offense has got to
don't take the criticism as that we're saying he's not a good player, that he wasn't worth the contract or anything. It's quite the opposite. I think it's that.
How do you unlock Chet?
His ceiling is so high and the potential is absolutely there. It's continuing to push toward delivering it consistently. The chat is cooking us for being too negative after a double-digit win on national TV over the Nuggets.
We're just passionate. All right, look, Chet. Hey, here's a positive. Chet is an all-star.
He is.
Chet is an all-star.
And rightfully so.
Should we do a King of the Prairie to get some positivity flowing?
I think we should. Let me bring that up here.
King of the Prairie, brought to you by Prairie Artisan Ales. I think there's two good candidates tonight. I feel like I have to go Queso. Career night for Queso. 7 of 11 from 3, 27 points. Awesome. Just fantastic. Super fun for him. Super fun to watch. I said something at halftime in the Discord about how really need someone else to carry the load offensively because I don't feel great about relying on Cason Wallace's offense. And then he said, okay, bet.
Yep.
Just came out scorching in the third quarter.
I tweeted out the same exact thing at halftime, and he proved us wrong.
He's awesome. I would also vote Cason. It's kind of hard not to. Shai is an obvious pick there as well, but
sleeper is Aaron Wiggins.
Agreed.
Oh,
okay. Aaron had an awesome game.
He is the example of somebody that gets a mismatch and says, I'm going to cook you, Nikola Jokic. And he splashed 2 threes with fun. Jokic on him. And frankly, it looked like Jokic wasn't trying, or like the game plan was, if you get switched onto this guy, let him shoot the 3. That's probably what we want. And Aaron Wiggins took advantage. He got Jokic on him twice, and they were like big time threes and big time moments. Hit a couple other great shots too, but Wiggins, his buckets were loud. If you box score watched, it may not impress you. If you watched the game, it was like, whoa, that was timely. That was great.
And speaking of box scores, Nick, like talking about Aaron Wiggins, 0 assists and the box score, and looking at his stat line, but I thought he stepped up when the Thunder really needed a secondary playmaker or creator, and him driving to the rim. One of the few players who were able to drive to the rim tonight, created a lot of open opportunities for OKC. So I think Aaron Wiggins is definitely a great honorable mention.
In the non-Shai minutes, Wiggins was very important.
Indeed.
Shout out to Prairie. I was there and played pickleball for 4 hours on Saturday.
That's a lot of pickleball.
Yes.
Silva's been putting in the pickleball hours.
I've been pickling. They brought back one of my favorite beers as well, called Heat Wave.
Oh, yes.
It's like a spicy. It's like a
spicy.
Yeah. It's good. It's real good.
It's got a little pepper.
Like tahini?
No,
like jalapeno, I think.
Oh,
yeah. It's a good one.
I dig that.
Good one.
I'm looking it up right now.
Live beer.
Live on the podcast.
Great game. Like I came in. I don't know about the rest of you, but
Silva's pickleball game or the one we watched
yes, tonight? No, Thunder Nuggets. I did not think the Thunder were going to win this game tonight. Jokic back, Thunder undermanned. Like I came in tonight fully expecting a loss. And like I said, the energy immediately to start the game made me think like, okay, maybe not. But even at halftime, it was like, this could still go sideways. It's still too close.
Can they sustain?
Kind of went on a little run at the end of the second. Like, can they take whatever haymaker Denver's going to throw? And they absolutely did, and then some. Really, really impressive performance.
The Heat Wave beer is a sour ale with pineapple, mango, and habanero.
Habanero.
I had that last year. It's very good.
Yeah,
Can confirm.
Yep,
it's good.
Justin, do we have trivia?
We do have trivia.
One Prairie segment into the next.
One Prairie, indeed. Getting their money's worth.
Yes.
While you all get your whiteboards, they have some other.
Me.
Oh, except Taylor. They have another new beer that they just released on Friday called Graphic Audiobook. It's a brewed cocktail with cranberry, lime, and orange.
Sounds good.
Sounds high percentage too.
8.8. Goodness. 8%. That's what I'm trying to
say. Away from that.
All
right. The theme of Prairie Trivia tonight We have 3 questions from me and 3 questions from our guy Smoot in the Discord. They are all themed around All-Star selections, given that we got the reserves announced today.
Nice.
First question. OKC drafted 2 All-Stars in the 2022 draft. Which was the last team to draft 2 eventual All-Stars in the same draft class?
That's an awesome question.
Nick, locking it in quickly.
That's probably right.
No, I'm a year off.
I went Warriors.
Taylor says Warriors, no year given.
There's no year. Is a year required?
Year?
I mean, it helps.
I'm gonna erase it then. 'Cause I don't actually. No, I think I'm right.
Nick says Mavs 2019 as he erased 2018 and now says 2019. Silva just staring blankly into the camera.
I'm just unlocked. I guess. Okay, it's probably the Mavs.
Oh, you're just gonna take the answer?
Yeah.
Silva says probably the Mavs. The answer is the Mavs. Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson. And Nick, I'm sorry to say, it was 2018.
Oh. Still kind of counts.
Does count.
Yeah, it counts.
Any other?
It counts.
Silva and I didn't give a year.
The 2022 draft class now has 4 players that have been selected to an All-Star game with Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and Mr. Duran. Which draft holds the record for most All-Star selections?
Oh, man.
Most All-Star selections from a single draft class.
In terms of quantity of players or
Correct.
quantity of selections?
Quantity of players.
Ooh.
Good clarification. Though I would venture to guess
03 would have been quantity of selections.
I was going to say I'd venture to guess this one. I mean, this one, the answer could also match what you're asking.
I'm thinking LeBron.
Silva's locking in 2003.
Melo,
Sounds like Taylor's doing 2003. Nick is saying 2018.
That was going to be,
Wild card. The answer is 1996. 11 eventual
like
All-Stars.
AI, Ray Allen.
It is correct. AI, Ray Allen, Kobe Bryant,
Kobe.
Steve Nash, Jermaine O'Neal, Ben Wallace, Antoine Walker, Peja Stojakovic.
Ben Wallace undrafted didn't count.
Not according to the article I pulled this from.
Okay.
Zydrunas
He's in that
Ilgauskas,
class, maybe is what they're saying.
Marcus Camby, and Sharif Abdur-Rahim.
Cool.
11 All-Stars from one class is pretty nuts.
That's
He's from that
crazy.
class, but not drafted. Yes.
From that class.
Well,
Fine.
forgetting
Whatever,
technical.
Nick.
Forgetting technical.
Makes you wonder about these recent classes and some of the classes coming up.
Indeed.
If they will be able to beat that record because it looks
The answer
promising.
is no.
This
11's insane, bro.
Buddy, Kobe, AI, Ray Allen, Steve Nash off the
Did you
cuff
hear the
is
list?
Pretty nuts.
Did you hear the list?
Yeah.
Not to mention Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
That's my point.
All right, last question from me before we go to Smoot. Chet Holmgren was selected to an All-Star team after playing just 157 regular season games. I almost said that earlier during the segment. Not that was part of the question, but I had to hold myself back. Who holds the record for least games played before being selected to an All-Star game? Least games played before being an All-Star. Silva says Blake Griffin. I have no idea what Taylor says. Taylor says Steph, and Nick says Tim
Had the ankle
Duncan.
injuries.
You got to roll it back even further. The answer is Elgin Baylor.
Oh,
Anyone want to guess how many games he played?
23.
31.
31 is the correct answer.
what?
Come on, I hate her. I guess that percentage earlier and
That's amazing. Yeah.
And you stole my Mavs? You can't call that part of your heater.
no. I'm talking about when you guess Lu Dort's like step back percentage. That's
Oh, okay.
That's
31 games is pretty nuts. I don't know if this is second, but this also showed up that Grant Hill achieved All-Star status after 34 games, which is pretty wild.
I was thinking of Blake Griffin because didn't he miss his
Yeah.
rookie year and then he came back?
Yeah.
and
He did.
All-Star.
That's a good pull.
Maybe not.
That's a good pull. All right. 3 more questions, also about All-Star from our guy Smoot. There's only one Thunder All-Star not currently on the roster who has only ever been a reserve. So think all Thunder All-Stars in history. Only one, not currently on the roster, has never started in the All-Star game. Can you name it? Him.
Can you name it?
Can you name him? Thunder All-Stars that have never started.
He was an all-star in OKC.
Correct.
He just passed through OKC.
All-Star in OKC.
Ooh.
I don't feel great.
Well, it's not Kevin Martin. Shout out Kevin Martin.
I don't-
Didn't want to be an all-star that season on purpose.
Silva says Paul George.
I have no idea. I went at Baca.
Ibaka
What?
has never been an All-Star.
Maybe he
Has
was
he?
one of those
At
years.
least pick from the pool of all-stars.
Nick, you have an answer?
I don't. I think
The
all of
answer
them
is
have been starters.
Chris Paul.
Son of
He's
a.
been a starter.
What?
Chris
Has he
Paul.
not?
I don't know. I didn't verify this. Take it up with Smoot.
I don't know.
You send me anything in the Discord DM and I'll believe it.
That's true. No, it could be right. I
Makes
just-
sense.
That's insane to think about.
It is insane. Yeah. For
I mean,
the number of
I didn't
accolades that Chris Paul's amassed through his career. Never an All-Star starter.
Mhm.
Second
He's
question.
a competitor in the All-Star game. But
What was the first All-Star game during which multiple Thunder players were selected?
The first?
First All-Star game with more than one Thunder player.
Ooh.
Since we have 2 this year, when was the first? Nick says 2016.
no.
Silva says 2012.
Also went 2012. Yeah.
Taylor says 2012. The answer is 2011.
Oh wow.
So
Oh,
close.
man. I think Russ was an
Didn't have to wait long. I still remember getting hyped about Katie and Russ being in the rookie sophomore game. Last but not
Was that
least,
the purple cactus jerseys?
it was the purple cactus jerseys.
Ooh,
those go
those
hard.
are sick.
Mitchell and
So
Ness
hard.
has some of those.
Do they really?
Yeah.
They have Thunder ones?
Yeah. Like you can get a Russell Westbrook purple cactus jersey from
That's
Mitchell
cool.
and Ness.
That's awesome.
It's good. Last but not least, what was the first All-Star game during which multiple Thunder players were selected as starters? Multiple
Wow.
starters from
Wowie.
the Thunder. Wowie. Nick says 2016.
I was already writing it down. It's still to me.
I'll go
Silva says 2016.
2015.
That noise, Taylor.
That's
Taylor
Rumble
says a lot of things. The answer is 2016. That is correct.
Almost on 2016.
It's 15. I think there was still an injury to someone.
You're right. Yep. Injuries.
Yep.
Good point.
We also have a clarification in the chat from Smoot, who says only as a Thunder, which I'm assuming was in reference
To CP3.
to CP3. Yeah.
So every Thunder All-Star, with the exception of Chet, who's brand new, has started as a member of the Thunder. is
And
what he
Dub.
said. Was
And
that
Dub.
part of the caveat?
And Dub.
Yeah, it was no current Thunder
Got
players.
it. Okay.
So,
Then I think
yes.
that's what he's saying. Yeah,
Mhm.
Chris
Yeah.
did start with the Thunder.
Indeed.
I didn't realize he wasn't Chris Paul was an All-Star that year.
2020
Yes, bro.
in
was
Chicago, right
awesome.
before everything shut down.
Remember he caught the alley-oop dunk?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
In
It still blows my
Chicago.
mind that this is like there's a lot of Thunder players that either like had a very short stint or like never actually played. There's like a jersey swap online, and it's always like weird to see like Kelly Oubre in a Thunder jersey. It's like what? I still think seeing Al Horford in a Thunder jersey is just weird. He played a lot of games before he was shut down, but
Yeah,
it's
he
still
did.
weird.
Yep.
Very weird.
Good questions.
Yeah, great questions.
So fun.
All right. It is beyond midnight.
Mm.
So things can
Beyond midnight.
things can start getting weird.
Ugh.
But
Start.
Any any thoughts on the trade deadline? Do you have any expectations for the Thunder or for the league in general? We've had 2 trades. One of them was like a salary.
Cook up some Hartenstein trades. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, there was a salary dump of DeAndre Hunter or something like that, and then there was a
Kings and the Kings.
Beat Krejci.
And the Trae Young trade.
Yeah, and
that was earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that already.
Happened.
That happened.
I cannot. This trade deadline will never compete with what happened exactly 1 year ago today, which was the Luka trade. But
nothing will.
That was
ever.
Wild.
I think that is
wild.
like the no NBA trade deadline will ever live up to the hype because of that.
We'll never get that high again.
Ever.
I do think
that
though,
people thought Shams was hacked.
I know.
Like,
the Giannis situation is not going to be as surprising or earth shaking as the Luka stuff, just given his age and like future of the franchise kind of thing. But like, I think people are now starting to underestimate how many shockwaves that will send across the league. Like if Giannis does go to Minnesota, for example,
if he goes west,
this isn't just like, this is not the like team wins the deadline by getting this amazing player that's going to be like, they're like, this is best player in the world caliber when he's healthy. Like he's not going to be the MVP race this year. He's probably the 4th or 5th best player technically in the world right now, but like he's better than Ant. Like you're talking about a Wolves team that's gone back-to-back Western Conference Finals, and Ant will no longer be the best player on that team.
Yeah, I would hate that.
Like if he gets traded to the right place, we're talking league altering. And I don't think that's being talked about enough. I think there's like all we talk about is the calf injury and how bad the Bucks are and they suck, and like he is going to change the league. We don't get those many, like those trades don't happen very often.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's a little insane because of how high the conversation around Giannis has been that I think you're dead on. Like the Bucks have just been so dysfunctional the last couple of years that I think you anecdotally forget how good Giannis is and forget how impactful he is and forget the types of conversations that were happening before that franchise just fell into the mud.
Agreed. Combined with his injuries.
It's not different than Shai or Jokic getting traded. It's not different. Yep. They are the same caliber of player from an impact standpoint.
Which is why I'm curious your all's thoughts. My prediction is all the talk. We'll get more and more rumors leading up to Thursday about Giannis trades and trade talks heating up, but it won't happen until closer to the draft because like we hear so much about like these trade conversations, the construction of these trades happen during this time of the year. And then it's not like they happen a couple days leading up to the draft. They've been in the works, right? And I think there's so much that will go into trading a player of Giannis's caliber. It's not going to be we were spoiled as NBA fans with the Luka trade, as you all mentioned last year. Like it's going to take some time. Because of that, I don't think it happens until the offseason.
And I kind of hate that. I just like it feels like a wasted season for one of the best players.
He won't play again.
Seen.
Yeah, right.
I know. It's like that situation is so depressing in Milwaukee. I do blame Giannis in part because he just hasn't officially requested a trade. He's been like total passive voice on every single bit of communication we've gotten from that. It's just
like through the back channels has been very assertive and wanting a trade. Yeah.
Everyone will understand, dude. Just like ask out and go somewhere. Now
the Band-Aid.
Aprons do make
okay. So even then, if SGA asks for a trade, do we really care? Like if it happens this season or happens in the offseason, we want the organization to do what's best for the OKC franchise.
This is the second All-Star Taylor's tried to trade tonight from the Thunder.
Yeah, that's right. Trade them all. Blow it up.
Unbelievable.
Using that as an extreme example, like the Bucks have to do what's best for the Bucks, and not necessarily just because Giannis is coming out and saying, "I want to be traded by the deadline." Cool. Good luck.
Yeah. I don't know what else there's going to be this trade deadline. I'm willing to be surprised.
You think the Thunder do anything?
I could see a Usman Jang going somewhere, but I don't know what you get back because how much does he make per year? Like $6 $6 million or something like that.
There are players that fit. that
There
are
are.
helpful
Such
in that
as?
range.
Such as,
Go on.
I know you know.
I know you know.
There,
What have you heard, Nick?
I have not heard anything.
Drop your sources.
I've not heard anything.
Name them.
I think that I almost at this point for Ousmane Dieng would prefer the swap of another young guy. Like tonight, I mentioned who did I mention? Oh, Keon Ellis, for example, or like a Bryce Sensabaugh in Utah.
Not Keon. Devin Carter.
I'm sorry, Devin
Devon
Carter.
Carter.
Devin Carter. Wrong defensive Kings guard. That's no longer a king.
Yeah.
Keon Ellis. Like that kind of guy, I think makes a lot of sense. I just flat out don't think Oos has a lot of trade value. So if you are trading Oos for a guy on a small contract that is useful, you're giving up a lot of draft capital to do so.
Yeah.
Which I'm not against, to be clear, but like I think that the average Thunder Oos trade on Twitter is like Oos in some seconds for this really helpful guy that makes little to no money, which is super attractive on the market. So I guess it's not going to work that way. So to answer your question, do I think something will happen? No.
That's
Do I think something should happen? Abso-freaking-lutely. This team is flawed. Major.
Do you?
Every team is, but
If you're addressing the flaws, plural,
yes.
where do you go first? Biggs, which has been the recent
Yes.
chatter, thanks to
Yes.
Windhorse, has ignited a whole slew of people who don't know the difference between rumors and rumblings.
Yeah.
Or is it shooting? Or is it something else?
Would I say no to a shooter? I would not. I would welcome a shooter. Do I think a single shooter is going to fix this team's shooting? No. Do I think another big could
Cason
fix
Wallace
a lot of
disagrees.
things? True. Do I think a big could fix a lot more than just a shooter? Yes, mostly because of depth and insurance.
Right.
I think a big's more impactful. Now, a lot of bigs can also shoot. I think that's where you really hit the silver bullet. Is like Onyeka Okongwu is like the pie in the sky example, but I threw this out in the chat last night. Like Jock Landale, who's having a career year. Like he's not a great player that's going to fix everything for you, but a big who's a bruiser, who's a lob threat, who can shoot threes. Why not have a guy like that over Ousmane Dieng, who is not going to play?
Right. Q-Tip in the chat mentions we need a wing. Well, yes, Q-Tip, but every single team in the NBA is looking for a 3-and-D wing, which is why
Yes,
the
Q-Tip.
Lakers
Using
That's
his government name.
That's something the Thunder will potentially try and address in upcoming drafts, I think.
Yeah.
Front court depth makes a lot of sense. And I think, like you said, Justin, like those comments from, I almost said Wendy, we're taking out of context. Ryan Wembanyama. We're taking out of context. He was saying for the first time in 2 years, he's heard the Thunder being linked in trade talks, and they've been inquiring about bigs. And then he said, it would make sense that they would try to move off an iHeart contract with, all the things we've talked about with their upcoming salary cap situations, etc. That does not mean they're looking to trade Isaiah Hartenstein.
That's not what the aggregators on Twitter told me, though, Taylor.
Yeah, the Windhorse stuff was. I listened to that episode of the old Hoop Collective, and it was purely speculation.
It makes logical sense, right? Yeah. If that's what you've heard, that would be the trade that would happen. Doesn't mean it's happening, but like, who else are you gonna trade? Chet?
Yeah. He's not lying. He's not saying something is gonna happen. He's just saying for the first time in 2 years, like when I'm talking to rival teams, the Thunder's name is being mentioned. Like that is something.
Then he made his own connection, and that was taken out of context, as everything is in today's media.
Yeah.
What time? Yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up because I've done that a lot at the trade deadline in the past, but Presti does typically make a move of some sort. Doesn't mean it'll be something to fix it. It could be moving Oos to a new home and taking back a couple seconds, or something that's more like managerial in nature, but something will happen. Daniel Tice, by golly.
I think that a lot of the discourse I've seen online is that Sam Presti won't swing for the fences, make big moves. Like a lot of these fake trades we've like put out there, and Thunder accounts will like quote tweet it and be like, Sam doesn't have the guts for this kind of thing. Like he's too conservative.
Yeah.
Like mind you, this is the guy who is famously quoted for "scare money, don't make none."
Right.
Also the same guy that when he feels like the team has a chance, has gone out and gotten Paul George via trade, Carmelo Anthony via trade, et cetera, Victor Oladipo via trade. The dude, if he feels like it's opportunistic, will make the move.
One of the first moves he made as GM was trading Ray Allen.
Right.
Yeah.
I just don't know where this A, like Justin said, he makes the trade almost every year. B, he has been super aggressive when he feels like it's worth it for the team. I don't know where this discourse, not that he's going to make a big trade, but I don't know where this discourse of like Sam is risk averse is coming from, because he's not.
This is the worst example. The worst example I could make, but Gordon Hayward comes to mind.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And if he doesn't make a trade,
heading down the stretch, even though the Thunder ended up the 1 seed, like everybody knew, like this team needs something, and it didn't work. Clearly.
He said it.
But you went for it.
I mean, you got some cap space to sign Ihart from that, so not a total loss.
Right. And if he doesn't make a move, doesn't mean he wasn't reaching out and trying to make certain acquisitions.
Yeah, people saying he's at the Kansas BYU game, like bro should be on the phone. That's the same energy as like Chet posts from Tulum in July and people are mad he's not working out. I'm like,
get in the weight room, brother.
Like, Sam Presti went to a game for 90 minutes to watch some prospects, and you're pissed he's not on the phone.
As he should be.
Like, what are you talking about?
He's watching his future front court.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's gonna put those assets to use. Get them both. Why not?
Get them both.
What time is the deadline on Thursday? We know. 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Central.
Yep. Silva all of a sudden has a calendar block at work from 1 to.
They got a meeting.
Taking a late lunch
last
break.
hour.
My lunch. Hop on the old YouTube.
What
do you do on deadline day? Do you have like a routine or a workflow that like you tune into something and watch it, or
Usually
last year we went live on the Discord.
Oh yeah.
And Jacob and I have
And
gone
nothing
live on
happened.
YouTube before.
I just wait for y'all to text me whatever's important.
Yeah.
I don't need to be like rubbing my hands over this team traded a player I've never heard of for 3 future seconds.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shams. That's not why I have my notifications on.
All right. Every minute that goes by, I feel myself losing another IQ point.
Wait, he says.
No. just. I think this is important. We will not podcast again until after the trade deadline.
Oh, indeed.
And Silva asked the question,
point.
what do we think will happen? I don't think all of us gave a formal prediction on the air. Can we go through? I know all of us probably think nothing's going to happen. Name the player if the Thunder make a trade that you think it'll be, and we'll see who is right.
Oh, God.
We're all going to be wrong.
Of course, but
Of course.
Can't even begin to. I'm going. Someone else go before me.
Give me Jacob's fantasy of Jarris Walker.
Oh, we lost Nick. Perfect
That
timing. Let's
take
cut
was
it.
so bad, Nick just incinerated his own feed.
Nick said, wait. We need more. And then he left.
Give us unrealistic predictions.
This is what was happening when we were trying to go live. Nick was having tech issues. God bless Nick.
There he goes.
There he goes.
I don't know who the hell they're going to trade for. Is the problem. I can't.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. If it happens, it'll be somebody nobody will predict, and it's unlikely to happen. That's so boring. But
what are
like,
some of the
it's
other
true.
names we've talked about? Is it Dosunmu?
Yeah.
Oh, Io, yeah. I just don't. That feels.
Ayo. It's Io. I know.
Does it
I
not
was like, Ayo.
Isn't he just like another Caruso, Cason, Lu Dort? Like, do we need 4 of those guys?
You can never have too many of those players. It's what.
Yes. Yeah.
What about a big? What about Yves Misi?
Oh, hell yeah. If they want to give him up. But I don't know why they'd want to give him up, though.
And then where does he fit? I don't know. Like, I don't
At
think
the
he
5,
would-
Taylor.
Sure, but like the style of play the Thunder want to play. Like, and he's so high in demand. Like, are you really going to outbid opposing teams just to?
I'm just saying names. I don't know.
I know.
Auntie Aldama was cool.
Aldama is a pipe dream, but yes, a great
Yeah.
one. I love the Aldama fit. What about, we had talked previously about another ball handler. Do we still feel like maybe that's something else?
Hey, shout out my friend Donnie in the chat. Russell Westbrook's been pretty good this season overall statistically. You can play him in spot minutes down the stretch. No, it's
never
not.
gonna happen.
It's not.
What about Colin Sexton?
Again, like contract and
what about?
handler.
Let's get more pipe dreamy. What about Zubats?
Oh yeah. You would have to trade iHeart.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
iHeart for Zubats.
Some
Maybe
picks
iHeart
for
and
sure.
picks for Zubats, I guess.
You got the picks to make it happen, but that would be a pretty hefty trade, I think, to get to get the hot Clippers to be able to move off a player of that caliber.
Am I looking too much into this? I feel like it's so hard to make. I think it would be hard to make a trade like that because the chemistry of the team feels so important to their identity.
Agreed.
And like iHeart seems so connected to everything, but also it's a business and that it's going to happen at some point. But maybe it's me feeling so attached to this team after they won a championship.
Well,
like I can't see anything.
To your point, but that's why these trades always tend to happen in the off season.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think if Presti doesn't make a move this trade deadline, which I think is still pretty unlikely, like there's going to be more moves in the off season that will have to happen.
Yeah. Like if Aaron Wiggins got traded this week, I'd be sad.
Yeah. I mean,
I brought it up
Trey
in our group
Man
text
trade
tonight. Like
same thing.
How many teams? We talked about 3-and-D wings, and look, Kenrich Williams has been more of a big for OKC. How many teams would give up a first round or a couple? I don't even know what it would be, but at least a decent first round pick to get Kenrich. Like, I think you probably get that out of a team. That doesn't mean they should do it.
Yeah.
But
there's too many variables, which is why I'm not saying Presti.
Correct.
They need a clean bill of health is what they need.
That exactly, which is why I think we see the Thunder stand pat.
Now next
Tyson Chandler toe injury flashbacks as we speak.
Next off season, who the hell knows? Could be a lot of movement.
Agreed.
There's like team options and all kinds of stuff going on. So I don't know. All right. I'm very tired.
Nick says his
Time for
laptop just totally died for
That's
no
awesome.
reason.
We did not do a sounder check. Can you guys hear this music right
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
now? Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Really exciting win. We'll be back Thursday evening. Talk about the trade deadline. There's not a game are there games same day as the trade deadline? I don't recall. I don't remember.
I have no idea off the
Talk
top of my
about
head.
And the trade deadline on Thursday. And then we'll be back Sunday as well. See you guys then. Adios and Thunder Up.